Have you ever woken up feeling like your body just isn't as spry as it used to be? Maybe you notice little things, like bending down to tie your shoes takes a bit more effort, or that afternoon walk feels a little heavier than it did a few years ago. But here's the good news. If you're between 65 and 80 and can still do certain things with ease, you might just be one of those rare gems who's on track to live a long, vibrant life, maybe even to 100. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. No, these are simple, everyday things that many people take for granted until they can't do them anymore. But if you can still do them, that's a fantastic sign that your body is aging gracefully, and with a few smart habits, you can keep it that way for years to come. In this video, we're going to talk about those special habits and abilities that set you apart. And trust me, by the end, you might just realize you're doing better than you thought. So let's get started. First, let's talk about movement. Not intense exercise, just moving with ease. If you can still get up from a chair without pushing off with your hands, that's a big deal. It means your leg strength and balance are in great shape, and those are two of the biggest predictors of longevity. Think about it. How many people do you know who start relying on their arms to stand up as they get older? It happens slowly, but once it does, it can lead to less activity, weaker muscles, and more risk of falls. So if you're still popping up without a second thought, give yourself a pat on the back. You're ahead of the game. Now, let's talk about something we all do every day: walking. But not just walking briskly. If you can still walk at a pace where you feel slightly out of breath, but can still hold a conversation, that's a golden sign. Studies show that seniors who maintain a good walking speed tend to live longer, healthier lives. It's not about speed walking or racing anyone. It's about keeping a steady, purposeful stride. And if you can do that, you're helping your heart, your lungs, and even your brain stay sharp. But here's something even more surprising. If you can still balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds, you're doing something remarkable. Try it right now. Hold on to a chair if you need to, but see if you can stand on one leg without wobbling. Balance tends to slip as we age, and that's a problem because falls are one of the biggest risks for seniors. But if you've held on to your balance, it means your coordination and muscle strength are working together beautifully. And the best part? You can improve it with simple exercises. Just standing on one foot while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil can make a difference. These might seem like small things, but they add up to something huge: independence. The ability to move freely, stay steady on your feet, and keep up with life's little demands is what keeps you feeling young. And if you're doing these things now, you're setting yourself up for more good years ahead. But we're just getting started. There are even more signs that you're aging like a rare gem, things you might not even realize are so important. And the best part? No matter where you're at right now, there are simple, everyday ways to keep improving. So if you're enjoying this video and finding it helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to make sure you don't miss the next parts, where we'll dive even deeper into how to stay strong, healthy, and full of life as the years go by. And who knows, you might just pick up a tip or two that helps you feel better than ever. Now, let's keep going, because the next habits we're going to talk about might surprise you even more. You know, one of the most telling signs of healthy aging isn't just about what your body can do. It's also about how you think. If you can still learn new things easily, whether it's picking up a hobby, figuring out a new gadget, or even just remembering names and details without too much struggle, that's a fantastic sign your brain is staying young. A lot of people assume memory has to fade as we get older, but that's not always true. In fact, studies show that seniors who keep their minds active have sharper memories and even a lower risk of cognitive decline. So if you're someone who enjoys puzzles, reading, or even just lively conversations that challenge you, keep it up. You're giving your brain the workout it needs to stay strong. Now, let's talk about something we don't always associate with longevity: laughter. If you still find yourself cracking up at a good joke, enjoying time with friends, or even just seeing the lighter side of life, that's a big deal. Laughter isn't just good for the soul, it's good for your body too. It reduces stress, boosts your immune system, and even helps your heart. Think about the people you've known who've lived the longest. Chances are they didn't take life too seriously. So if you've held on to your sense of humor, you're doing something right. And if you haven't laughed today, put on a favorite comedy, call an old friend who always makes you smile, or just find something silly to chuckle about. Your body will thank you for it. Another thing that sets the healthiest seniors apart? A strong social life. If you still enjoy spending time with family, friends, or even just chatting with neighbors, that's a huge plus. Isolation is one of the biggest risks as we age. It can lead to loneliness, depression, and even physical decline. But if you're someone who stays connected, whether through regular phone calls, community events, or even social media, you're giving yourself a major advantage. Human connection keeps our minds sharp, our moods up, and even our bodies healthier. So if you've been meaning to reach out to someone, do it today. And if you're already staying social, keep it up. You're adding years to your life in the best way possible. But here's one that might surprise you. If you can still get a good night's sleep most nights, that's a rare and wonderful thing. A lot of people struggle with sleep as they age, whether it's trouble falling asleep, waking up too early, or just not feeling rested. But if you're someone who still drifts off easily and wakes up refreshed, your body is doing something amazing. Quality sleep is when your body repairs itself, strengthens your immune system, and even helps your brain clear out toxins. So if you're sleeping well, that's a sign your body's natural rhythms are in great shape. And if you're not, small changes, like cutting back on caffeine in the afternoon, keeping a regular bedtime, or even just getting a little sunlight in the morning, can make a big difference. These habits, staying mentally active, keeping a sense of humor, nurturing relationships, and prioritizing sleep, might not seem as obvious as physical strength or balance, but they're just as important. In fact, they're the kind of things that add up to a life that's not just long, but full. And the best part? None of them require a gym membership or a drastic lifestyle change. They're simple, everyday choices that keep you thriving. But we're not done yet. There are still a few more key habits that can tell you whether you're on track to live a long, healthy life. Habits that go beyond the usual advice. So if you're finding this helpful, stay tuned, because the next part might just give you the encouragement you need to keep feeling your best for years to come. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Every click helps this channel grow, and that means more videos to help you live your healthiest, happiest life. Now, let's keep going, because the next few habits we'll talk about could make all the difference. Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention when we discuss longevity: your attitude. If you wake up most mornings feeling curious about the day ahead, or at least open to small joys, that's a tremendous sign. Research shows that seniors with a positive outlook on aging actually live longer than those who dread getting older. It's not about being cheerful every second. Life has its challenges. But if you generally approach each day with a sense of purpose, even in small ways, you're giving yourself a powerful advantage. Whether it's tending to your garden, following a favorite hobby, or simply appreciating your morning coffee, that engagement with life matters more than you might realize. Now here's something practical that might surprise you. If you can still comfortably squat down and stand back up, you're maintaining a skill that's disappearing from modern life. Think about how often we need to bend down. Picking something up from the floor, gardening, or even playing with grandchildren. When that movement becomes difficult, people start avoiding it, which leads to weaker muscles and less mobility. But if you've kept this ability, it means your joints are still flexible and your muscles are supporting you well. And if it's getting harder, gentle daily stretches and simple squats, holding onto a chair for support if needed, can help you maintain this crucial movement. Let's not forget about nutrition. If you still enjoy cooking most of your meals, or at least make conscious choices about what you eat, that's another excellent sign. As we age, it's easy to fall into patterns of convenience foods or skipping meals, but the healthiest seniors tend to prioritize real, wholesome food. And here's the good news. It doesn't require a complicated diet. Simple habits like including protein with every meal, eating plenty of colorful vegetables, and staying hydrated can make all the difference. If you're someone who still takes pleasure in preparing a good meal or recognizes how different foods make you feel, you're supporting your body in one of the most fundamental ways possible. One final indicator might be the most surprising of all. If you can still touch your toes or come reasonably close, you're maintaining flexibility that protects you in countless ways. Flexibility isn't just about preventing stiffness. It helps with circulation, posture, and even prevents injuries from falls. You don't need to be as limber as a gymnast, but maintaining some baseline flexibility means your body is resisting that natural tendency to tighten up with age. Simple daily stretches, maybe while watching TV or right after waking up, can help preserve this valuable asset. What's beautiful about all these signs is that none of them require extraordinary effort. They're about maintaining the natural abilities we often take for granted. And the good news is, it's never too late to improve in any of these areas. Whether you recognized yourself in all these points or just a few, each day gives you new opportunities to support your health. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these abilities surprised you most? Have you noticed small changes in any of these areas, and what have you done about them? Your experiences could inspire others watching, so please share them below. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps spread this message to more people who could benefit. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss our future videos packed with practical tips for thriving at any age. Remember, aging isn't about decline, it's about adaptation. Your body may change, but with attention and care, you can continue enjoying life's richness in every chapter. Here's to your health, your happiness, and all the wonderful years ahead. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep shining, you rare gem.